can you please introduce yourself, your company, and what type of remodeling you specialize in?
Yeah, this is Jeff, and I'm from One Day Bath Remodelers. We started this company like a year ago, and we do bathroom remodels. Normally a 1 day project. We do also do custom projects, so that take a little bit longer.
Awesome. And so before working with us, like how were you generating leads primarily?
Well, I had different campaigns running. We tried them. We did a campaign ourselves on Facebook and Instagram, which didn't go that well. Then we had a couple different companies that we worked with, lead companies. We had gotten some exclusive leads or what we thought were exclusive, and then we had some appointments that were set up from a different company. But as you get them and you start to understand the industry, you realize that maybe some of the leads you're getting that you thought were exclusive maybe weren't exclusive, and that some of the appointments that were set up, we're getting calls from other vendors doing the same thing, and that's a problem because I'm paying for exclusive leads, but actually I'm not getting them, and I wouldn't know, but I have customers telling me, what I'm saying? So
Yeah, makes sense. And so like, were you skeptical about marketing companies like in general?
well, after you spend some money and run some campaigns, you don't end up with the results that you wanted, and you don't end up with people that you realize you can trust. Yeah, you get turned off, and you don't want to spend any money, and it's but then at the same time you can't make money if you don't spend money. So
Yeah.
for me, it was important to find a company that I could trust, and I knew that was supplying exclusive leads, and I believe you guys did that. You checked that box for sure.
Awesome. And what were your biggest concerns like before deciding to work with us?
I could, it's very, very hard to trust a guy online, a guy from Instagram or Facebook, and just very, very hard to trust. They all have the same pitch. They're all saying the same thing. And again, after you've done a few campaigns and spent some money and the results weren't there, you realize you burnt money. And the biggest thing for me was I wanted to run more campaign, but I needed to find the right company before I was going to spend any more money.
Yeah.
I was lucky to run into you guys. I found you guys, and I appreciate what you've done, and we've done very well from your campaigns.
Awesome. And what made you decide to move forward, like anyways, even though
It was
like
the
you said
trust
you were
factor. I needed the service. I wanted the service. I was going to get the service, but I needed to trust somebody that they were going to do what they said they were going to do and deliver
Yeah.
those leads. And you checked that box, and it worked out. So I mean, thankfully, I appreciate finding you guys.
And what was like different comparing to other companies that you work with once we started?
Say it again.
So once we got you started, what felt different about like working with us comparing to your past marketing companies?
I mean, I guess the difference is, you spent a lot of time, understanding what I needed and then building a campaign around that. And then, you kept in touch with me every few weeks, every week to make sure the leads were good and fresh. I felt like I had a partner, in the campaign instead of someone who was just selling me leads. You made me believe that, and that's what you did. So that's the
Awesome.
difference.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you for sharing that. And so like in terms of results, I know that we had like 8 appointments in a month's time or like a little bit less. So what was like your ROI on that, or like how many deals did you close from that?
I think it was 8. I don't know if that 8 one showed. I was 7 or 8. I think we had. Well, I closed 3 deals off of that, and I have one that looks like they're going to move forward. They're just waiting for some money to come in, and so I closed 3 deals, and I have one that's going to get closed. So I had a really good closing percent on that. So almost 50%, if at least at this point, with the 3, that's like 40%. So I was very happy. And our
Okay.
average deal is around 15,000. 2 of the deals I sold were 25,000. One was 25, one was 26. The other one was like 15. So gross sales we did well. and return on investment, very, very well, very happy. And, I plan to keep running with you and increasing the campaign as we grow in it. I want to get growing, and I want more leads. I want double the amount of leads this month, and that's how it works.
And how would you describe like overall the quality of the appointments? We know for sure that not 100% of the leads are perfect, right? So what did you see from your experience?
I mean, everyone showed up for the appointment, and most of the people that I spoke with, wanted a bathroom, needed the bathroom, and they were going to get a bathroom. It was really whether or not I could convince them to close. But yeah, they were definitely high intent leads. They're not inviting you in their home because they're just curious about what a bathroom will be. If you're making an appointment for them, you're going to someone's home. This is because they have a general interest. So I'm saying definitely higher intent than what I'm used to dealing with.
Yeah. And so before starting, how did you feel about the investment part? Was it scary for you or something?
If I've run a couple campaigns and dealt with, I think 3 different marketing companies. Yes, I mean, I didn't have a lot of funds on reserve left, and if this campaign didn't work out, I was done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would have used all my funds, and business would have been dead in the water. But thank God it worked out, and that's why I'm thankful. So I appreciate what you guys have done.
Awesome. And who would you say this works best for? And who would be like not a good fit for this
I
type
think
of
it works
service?
best for any in-home, improvement company. Anyone going into the home, window guys, siding guys, any of those type of guys. It would work wonderful for. And it would work wonderful for other industries too that just need leads, or anyone who needs appointments. Because I don't think it's a matter. You could just market to the industry, so it doesn't really matter if it's an in-home improvement or some other business. If you need leads or you need appointments, you can get them, right?
Yeah. And why do you think that some companies can close these like appointments? And what would you tell them?
Again, that's about your ability, to build rapport and your likability, homeowners are inviting you into their home. They want the product, they need the product, and they're going to get it done. It's just whether they're going to get onto your timeline and get it done with you or someone else. I mean, it's about, how you can close and how you can make customers feel comfortable and build rapport. But, what I notice is a lot of salespeople, they're going to pitch their product too soon. They're going to go right into the pitch instead of building rapport, listening. If you use active listening and listen to the customer, it brings down their guard and makes them like you more, and it makes closing rates go up. It makes it easier to close because just by listening. So make sure that the customer is ready to hear your pitch before you go into it, and just really focus on listening to what they're saying and try to build a solution around what they're saying and their needs and wants.
So have you also seen some kind of like increase in close rate if you send them like estimate as soon as possible? Or is there some kind of like correlation between
always
time?
speed to lead is, if you're getting their contact information, they should be called, within minutes, if not, 15, 20 minutes, because that's part of it. And the lead's hot right now. They've just made the inquiry. So if you make the contact, you reinforce the appointment or the lead, and yeah, you definitely want to get right to that lead. You don't want to waste time. That's your money.
Awesome. Yeah. And the last question, if somebody's on the fence about working with us, what would you tell them?
Again, these days it's hard to trust anybody, what I'm saying? And everyone knows, about their hard-earned dollars. The dollar is the backbone of your business. If you don't have the dollar, then your business is dead in the water. So you really have to be sure where you're spending those advertising and marketing dollars. And, you guys are good, what I'm saying? You have to take a shot, and I did, and it worked out for me, and I'm sure that anyone else that you take care of is gonna feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
guys do a
Awesome.
hybrid reach. All the power. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I